Okay, the plans are to go to the top of there. That's Mount Scenery. As you can see right now, it's under clouds, and hopefully it'll clear up by the time I get there. This is the beginning of the trail, and this is one of the many wild goats they have around here. In fact, they almost are a problem because they're eating too much foliage. Alright, we're going to 2,855 feet. They say it takes about 90 minutes. It's 1,064 steps, and I don't plan to count them. Alright, I've gone 50 steps and I'm already out of breath. Haven't got much cardio workout scuba diving over the last week, plus fighting a slight head cold, but I know I can do this. Now, they recommend you bring a walking stick, and that's for when you get towards the top. Because of the constant clouds, it gets a lot more rain up there, and they say the rocks are really slippery. It's some beautiful foliage and fauna. We got some roosters and chickens up here. As you can see, it's also quite windy. I had the choice of diving today or hiking this mountain, and I opted for the mountain because it's talking about winds of at least or up to or more of 20 miles an hour, and I've just had 5 days of getting beat up in swells and rough waters and rocking boats. Here's an old hut part of the way up here. First class accommodations. And then we got some beautiful tree with red flowers. And if I would have listened closer to the presentation last Wednesday, I'd be able to tell you what kind of tree that is. And I'm not sure what those are up there, but some kind of fruit. See, this goes up pretty fast, and I just need to take my time. I'm in no hurry. Got an early start. I don't know if you can see through the trees, but there's the ocean and some pretty good whitecaps out there. So I'm glad I'm not being bounced around. Although the diving was fantastic. And we got to go up and up, and at this point the mountain is in the clouds. Now this is getting to be thick jungle. More jungle scenes. Starting to get into some slippery rocks. You can see the moss on it and such. And I'm so glad I've got a walking stick because I am starting to slide. And you can see it's overcast. Oh, there's no wind up here. Got a little bit of a view there some other peak and the mountain. You can tell though, we're just right below the clouds. So we got to enjoy these views while we get them. Here's part of the, what is it, 1,096 steps. You can tell I'm just, if you can see, it's getting a little hazy up there, and I'm just below the cloud. So that will be interesting. And it's very slippery. I have to take it very slow. Make sure I got a good footing. Hate to break a leg up here. That would be a real bummer. Well, that's the top. And as long as this doesn't blow out, I'm not gonna get much of a view. But still worth the hike. Very pretty here. It's so cool being in a cloud forest. What I'm dealing with here is kind of a slippery slope. So taking it real slow. Here we're at the top. Here's our scenic view. There's a radio tower up here. See, it's quite windy. Oh, and there's a hummingbird. You probably can't see it. Hi, little hummingbird. Oh. Oh yeah. Hi there. Where's the sun? Oh yeah. Is this the very top?
I got one more there.
Over there?
Yeah.
That's the tower. I thought this was the top, but this is a false summit. I hate that when that happens. So now I have to go back down there and turn to the right. So here's the top with all the incredible views. I had to take a rope and shimmy up rock to get here. You can see how strong the wind is and the clouds blowing. My boots got totally trashed out in the mud down there. But it was worth it. It would have been better if I got a view though. You can't even, the tower is not that far away and you can't even see it. This is the rope and how I had to get up the last stretch. So I got to take it real easy going down because this is real slippery. You can see this stretch is really muddy. I'm not sure how I'm going to get my shoes clean and dried out by tomorrow, but hopefully it's sunny down there and yuck, yuck. Well, this is the ledge by the radio tower, and I got a little company up here. Aren't you pretty? You could almost tell it's almost going to break, and it makes me want to just sit up there and have a granola bar and hope that we get some break in the clouds. I think this guy's here begging. Are you begging? Are you begging for some granola bar? It's almost getting in my lap, trying to get some granola. Go away. Whoops. Go away. You better not peck me. Here. Boop, boop, boop. That's all. Go away. Get lost. This rooster is just cracking me up. Hey, hey, don't do that. That's my shoes. Get a life. Well, but descending down these stairs, it's really slick. I'm so glad I got this walking stick. And I'm starting to get below the cloud, and you can see the village of Bottom down there. And that's the village we drive through every time we would go scuba diving. All the red roofs.